What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. As well, in a pinned comment will be the newscast from last night. The CBC News investigated EA Sports. They did a very small piece on this, but it was very damaging, in my opinion, to the point that it had some confidential EA documents, which I'll show you in a moment. They obviously focus on FIFA here and FIFA Ultimate Team, or FUT as it's referred to. They show some of the gameplay in the beginning just from the trailer of the game, and then they go on and they showcase the FIFA Team Pack openings. And I will say one thing, maybe, if you're not in the gaming community, you don't fully understand, I would say it would seem that they put, in my opinion, too much of an emphasis on these channels being less than what they are. You guys know I've long said I cannot stand the channels that it's just someone being a Muppet and opening up packs. I think that's ridiculous. I think from a creative standpoint, from a game standpoint, there should be so much more you can do with a product. However, they kind of led you down this road of thinking that there's complete channels that all they do all day is sit and open packs, and I think we both know, that's just not accurate. They do play the game with the players that they open, but they showed this gentleman, they showed a family opening packs, kind of strange. I'd never seen that before. And then they go on and they lead into this confidential proprietary document, which, I will say in some point is just good business, right? And if we can get that out of the way, if we can get that up front, yes, okay, businesses are to make money. Yes, companies are here to profit. Yes, it is the best to engage your customers in ways you can get them to spend money. But if we take that out of the equation and we understand what's actually being said here, I think that's where we talk about a greater problem. So, this, again, would go to what we would think is an EA employee. 5 things they need to know about FIFA, okay? Number 1, we have more active players at this point in FIFA than ever before. Great. Now, I offer this as number 1 because if it wasn't number 1, I would think logically it would change the sequence of what's happening. If they had lost, 10% of players last year, now the goal is to re-engage. We have to find why those players left, get them back into the game, get them into the micro economy that is Ultimate Team. So first thing, just pointing out more players than ever. Fantastic. The second, the team is squarely focusing on engaging current players through mid-September. Again, I'm not upset about this. This is great. Depending on how that engagement is, that can be a good thing. Do you want to have promotions? Do you want to engage them with the sport? Go back and think about what EA has done with championship games where you can go in and kind of give your predictions and get rewarded. I don't really have a problem with a gaming company engaging a customer. You should be engaging with us. We bought a product. In some cases, we bought a service from you. We expect to have something in return. However, now is where we start to go down, the slippery slope. Players will be actively messaged and incentivized to convert throughout the summer. Now, this is where you kind of have to loosely take this with the Madden Ultimate Team, the FIFA Ultimate Team, the whole Ultimate Team world, if you will. I think we've all been there where you have an incentive to open up Ultimate Team. And we've all seen it. Where, okay, if you go in now, we'll give you free packs. We'll give you free bundles. Start today, you'll get this overall player. That, to me, is difficult to put in context because it is an internal document, but says to me, hey, on the back side of this, we have, your job being done for you to a degree. We're going out and selling Ultimate Team to all gamers, trying to get them to convert over. Then you can see FUT is the cornerstone, and we are doing everything we can to drive players there. That's where things start to, I think, take kind of a different turn. The return of football is only going to help us, and plans are ready to flex. I would think that mean more, hey, plans are ready to be flexible based on how sports would at that point be coming back into global society. Not like, hey, we're going to flex on these kids with these Madden Ultimate Team packs. You know what I'm saying? I think they meant like, listen, we've got a couple different things in the channel, and depending on how this whole thing plays out globally, we're going to have a response catered specifically to what's going on in the actual sport. So when you see what's bolded here, I think that's where we kind of talk about a whole different world. More active players, focused on engaging, incentivized to convert. FUT is the cornerstone, the return of football. Now, you could also take this concept and apply it to Madden. You seriously could. In many ways, although FIFA, much larger in its fan base, had all the same issues that the NFL did, and their gamers essentially kind of work hand in hand as fans of the sport, fans of the simulation, wanting to replicate that sport as themselves, whether that be player, owner, coach, whatever the case may be. When I see things like Ultimate Team is the cornerstone, that's a genuine concern. You are not selling me, and I'll just use Madden's context here, you are not selling me Madden Ultimate Team. You are selling me Madden NFL 21. Right? You should not be incentivizing anyone to convert over to a game that you're technically not selling them, because they are purchasing the game for perhaps other aspects, whether that be franchise mode, character mode, my player mode, whatever gaming context you want to put into it. When you're actively trying to take gamers from the game mode they bought the game for, and you're incentivizing that, whether it be through a monetary game purchase, whether it be through, if you spend this much, we'll give you this much, whether it be bonuses or something to catch their eye in value, right? You're giving them something of value to go over to what is actually, unbeknownst to them, what you're building the game to do. That, to me, causes a real problem. If this was a Madden document worded this way, I would feel much more strongly about it. Because it's FIFA, I'm not a FIFA channel. I understand that FIFA has a lot different gamers, a lot different game styles, and to me, maybe they're more open to this on a global network than we are here, mainly just in the US. So when you look at it as a whole, it is really damaging, and I think CBC took it that way. They took it as kind of the harsher stance that this is gambling, right? This is kids opening up packs that have been shown, whether you like it or not, it has been shown to leave at least some type of resemblance to gambling when it comes down to the way the controller shakes, the lights pop. All those reactions are programmed and designed to want the user to replicate them. They feel like they won something. They feel like they've done something good. They've gotten something exciting, and they want that adrenaline rush back. And they're going to continue to buy it to get that, fix, if you will. So that's really something that I've seen so many studies, so many reports over years. I literally can't dispute it anymore. Now, I understand people will say, well, again, it falls back on the parents, and they're absolutely correct. It does fall back at some point on a parent or guardian to understand what a child is doing, what they're paying, and what they're playing. However, at that same point, you cannot tell me the blame is solely on the parent when you also have the gaming company here coming out and saying they're incentivizing someone to convert over to a cornerstone of the product that person is not aware of. They're not really smarter than the game's program. They don't know what's subliminally going on. And then this ends with all roads lead to FUT. Content teasers, targeted messaging. Guys, this says it all. This says more than I ever could because it's from EA. I would recommend you guys go watch that clip. Like I said, it does talk about it a lot more. I would say this was more granular, but you're getting a more overview from them because I expect you guys to know a lot more about gaming than they do. But it really was interesting to see it put out on a national scale, and hopefully it gets some traction. With that said, you guys know I appreciate you watching this video, and I will be back in a week with more commentary.